Hey y'all! Over the past week, the National Barbie Doll Collectors Convention took place in Louisville, Kentucky. Closing out the ceremony, nearing its end, we always get the reveal of the annual convention doll.
Okay. We're gonna start the countdown right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys so much.
Now that this doll has been revealed, I have some thoughts that I wanted to share in this video with you. Now, the National Barbie Doll Collectors Convention looks to be a lot of fun. It's a very light-hearted and uplifting gathering of people, bringing them together in the same place. It's sort of the biggest thing that you can experience as a Barbie doll collector every year. It's always fun to see the creativity on display and how just people can share their love for Barbie with one another. This year's festivities also had a tribute to Bill Greening, now that he has departed as the lead designer for Barbie Signature. Now, the convention doll is designed by Javier Mayberg, as it is the case with dolls that were last year designed by Bill Greening and previously also by Angel Kent. We get two versions, a blonde Barbie as well as a black Barbie. The blonde Barbie has the Mackie face and the black Barbie has the Elle face that was previously introduced in the Barbie Looks line. Now, after those dolls had been revealed, I immediately thought, the fabric choice seemed odd to me. It's a very bulky and stiff and not necessarily very high quality feeling fabric. It's very similar to the fabric that was used on the dresses of the Naturalises dolls. I have the Naturalises Dia with me, and I think the silver version of this fabric was also used for Naturalises fashion pack. Now, on those dolls, that fabric also looks very similar to burlap. It's not as glittery gold as you would expect, at least judging from those pictures. It could very well be that it's different when you see the doll real. And I also saw that the doll has design cues when it comes to the silhouette of the dress, with the slit down the leg as well as the darting on the body of the dress. It's very similar looking to a dress designed by a doll collector, by a Barbie doll collector who you might know on Instagram. You can find him at Sui Medina, and you can see that dress that he designed a couple of years ago, I think it was in 2023, not only has a very similar silhouette to the dress that we now see on the convention doll, it also seems to use the identical type of fabric that the convention doll uses too. Now, I'm not going to be pretending that it's definitely the case that the designer of the doll used that as their inspiration. Who knows? With Mattel nowadays, who have now officially also teamed up with OpenAI to use as many AI tools in the development, launch, production of products. When you use AI tools, it could very well be the case that if you type in certain prompts, it would crawl through already made designs like the one that we see on Instagram to just gobble up a variant of that. I also don't want to assume that Javier, who designed the convention doll, used AI, or it could very well be just that he sketched out this type of design, which ended up in production with the bows that you can see on the shoulders of the arms attached to the mitten gloves. Now, if this was indeed the case, that design cues were taken from a Barbie doll collector, it kind of feels icky. It kind of feels... It's different too when design cues are taken from like big fashion houses. When you see dolls wear similar looks to looks created by like Versace decades ago, I don't necessarily think that it is that bad, but when you sort of take from smaller creatives, it just makes me feel very icky in a way. Again, a big disclaimer, I don't necessarily am saying that this was the case here, but if it were, I would not really feel that comfortable with purchasing a doll like the convention doll. And also, now that the convention cycle is over and the doll had been purchased by the collectors, you can already see them pop up on eBay for exorbitant amount of prices. Now, this is most of the times usually the case with these convention dolls, but I feel like with previous convention dolls, a lot of the collectors just kept them because they liked them. I'm not necessarily sure if the doll that has been released as part of this year's collection is going to be kept as a keepsake. It could very well be that a lot of people just try to make as much money as possible, as this is a very limited edition collectible item for Barbie collectors all around the world, and it's just a set amount of people who were able to attend the convention in Louisville, Kentucky. But those eBay prices are just crazy, like it's madness. Like I would never pay $1,000 for that doll, that dress made of that fabric. I mean, the bow in the front looks flaccid, and you can also see the thread that was used to just twirl it around the middle of the bow to make it bow shaped. And that's just, all of these things are just making this doll look super cheap, and it doesn't necessarily look like, it doesn't scream collector to me. And that's why I'm very, very annoyed with this convention doll, even though I'm not necessarily seeking out convention dolls in general. It just makes me question what goes on behind the scenes that is leading to products like this, because that would also be a hint towards future collector releases by Barbie, employing similar techniques, employing similar quality levels of materials used in production. Now with convention dolls, you could also say that, okay, the dress is one thing. The base doll, if it's cute, could very well be at least a reason to purchase the doll. And the Mackie face blonde girl, I'm not really sure about the screening and what is going on here. The screening that is used on that Mackie face is giving me Millie vibes. Now the L, to me, is a bit cuter, but still, I think the previous L-faced dolls that we got as part of the Barbie Looks line were cuter as well. So a whole lot of things that I feel are wrong with this release, and a whole lot of things that I feel like could have been done better to end up with a product that would be deserving of the title of an annual Barbie Collectors Convention doll. Now I would like to hear from you and what you think down in the comments below. Do you think there were actually design cues taken from another collector? Do you think that these dolls are actually quite cute and I'm just being too much as usual? Do you think that this doll is worth the $1,000 that other collectors are asking for on eBay? Join in the conversation down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. If you thought this video was trash, leave a dislike. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and I might be seeing you in my next video. So, bye for now.